Hey guys, I just want to say, if you watch anything that is heterophobic or support that kind of thing, then you must be a very bad person. And I, for one, don't want to see heterophobia anymore on TV and in video games anymore. We need to put a stop to that kind of thing. I'm just getting sick and tired of seeing all of my favorite said said fictional characters being put in LGBTQ relationships. Like, seriously, do you not respect somebody who doesn't like that kind of thing? I don't think we should ever have anything pro LGBTQ in video games, animation, or television. We should not have that kind of thing. Let alone in comic books either. If I wanted to see something like that, I would have asked to see something like that in video games, television, or any iota of comic books, like video game comic book tie-ins, movie or TV show video game tie-ins. I would have asked to see such garbage like that. If I wanted to see something like that, I would have asked to see something like that happening. And I think that's another reason why there has not been a third Overwatch game. Because the woke mind virus, the ESG garbage, had ruined that game early on. If I wanted to see any LGBTQ in anything, I would have asked to see that crap happen. I would have asked. If I didn't ask, do not put it in anything. If it's not appropriate to put LGBTQ things in TV shows, movies, comic books, games, etc. If it's not welcomed, then don't do it. Do not put heterophobic garbage out there to the public. It is offhanded, it is inappropriate, it is offensive, and it's disrespectful. You should run it by somebody instead of run it by some bloke company like Sweet Baby Inc., which is those jackasses are horrible people. I didn't ask for crap to happen in my lifetime that is so awful. If I wanted the LGBTQ to have representation, I would have asked. And if I didn't ask for that kind of crap, do not give them representation in anything. And to Sweet Baby Inc., I hope you bastards go out of business forever. I don't like you, Sweet Baby Inc. And you, Insomniac, I don't like you either. And you, Rocksteady, and you, BlackRock, and you, Embracer Group, I don't like you guys. The narrative you guys are pushing is extremely offensive. It's time that we come together as people and put a stop to this kind of crap. And not also that, the woke mind virus, the garbage is ruining even anime. And yet the woke localizers are the problem. Anyone who is a part of the ESG or SJW are a part of the problem. No getting around it. They're a part of the problem, and they know that they are a part of the problem. And yet those who are cucked by the wokeness, if I wanted woke garbage, I would have asked. But I didn't ask for that. I asked for the the game developing studios and publishers to abide by the status quo that always has been since the dawn of the gaming industry. No woke garbage being pushed. No identity politics are allowed in gaming. We are to put a permanent stop to it. We are all sick and tired of Sweet Baby Inc., Rocksteady, BlackRock, Insomniac. We're even sick and tired of Embracer Group. And yet, Embracer Group shut down Volition. Volition didn't listen. They went woke, and they went broke, and they went bankrupt, and then they closed their doors. I can't wait for said Rocksteady to go out of business, Sweet Baby Inc. going out of business, Embracer Group going out of business, Insomniac going out of business. I even hope for Blizzard to go out of business and Square Enix going out of business. When you go and don't give me don't even get me started on the whole animation part. I hope everybody who's involved in the well, I hope that every single animation studio that has partaken in the LGBTQ representation, every animation studio that has partaken in that shit going out of business forever. That means Netflix going out of business, HBO going out of business, and the studio that's responsible for said Harley Quinn series going out of business. And I hope that the studio that's responsible for the Avatar The Last Airbender animation show goes out of business. I hope the animation studio that's responsible for Owl House going out of business. And yet, Harley Quinn was better off being a straight heterosexual character, not bisexual. And yet, with how she was shipped with with Poison Ivy instead of being shipped with Jason Dragon Sleeper was just offhanded and yet not appropriate. It's the the animation or the show was trash. Harley Quinn was supposed to be being shipped with Jason Dragon Sleeper. That's why I have not watched the Harley Quinn show because of that shit. And yet, with that being a problem, with Mako not being staying with Korra and Asami being shipped with Korra, that killed any respect I had for Michael Dante DiMartino. That killed any respect I had for the man. The Legend of Korra comic books are trash, and all the other seasons past season 1 was trash. I mean, I just really can't stand about how we got with this whole thing about like Final Fantasy Rebirth going on right now. Oh, why don't we just ship Aerith with Tifa? No. I will not sit there and be subjected to watching that kind of shit go down. And with that being a problem, I can't even stand how these studios overlook what I am doing and not taking the correct ideas for something better. And yet, with whole Adventure Time thing, Adventure Time sucks because Finn was supposed to be with Princess Bubblegum, staying with her until the end of the series. And I'm just so fed up with the heterophobic agenda. I mean, it's permeating in my hometown. I see it and I don't want to see it being pushed into my own hometown. It is bad enough that we got like any LGBTQ community type of thing going and trying to push and muscle heterosexual representation out. It's like somebody who's saying, "Oh, I was born gay." Like, no, you're not. You saying that you're born gay is like me saying I was born black, which is not true. And there's too many bad examples. And yet, when somebody who doesn't like how the LGBTQ community is acting or doing anything like that, and yet calling them out on their heterophobia is what needs to be done. And shutting the heterophobic garbage down. And when gay people use the words homophobe or homophobic or homophobia, that is offhanded, inappropriate, and disrespectful and offensive to use those words. just to escape being held accountable for heterophobic garbage. And what I need is for people to, go back to basics when it comes to gaming. Like no canon LGBTQ shit being pushed. Only heterosexual being confirmed as a sexuality for any character. And leaving LGBTQ sexuality as optional, not confirmed. And yet I don't like how they're sexuality swapping characters. If I wanted that kind of shit in video games, I would have asked. If I did not ask for that shit to be in video games, then don't put it in video games. Sexuality should not be a part of the damn story in any game. I mean, like, there's one thing that is applauded about Agent 47. No homosexuality, because he's an asexual contract killer that is hired by a government agency to kill. And yes, it's like asexual characters are the only good characters. Are the only good characters that are the paragon of virtue. Is that no sexual attraction to other characters or being shipped with other characters. Because bisexual characters are just as bad as gay or lesbian characters. And dumbing down the beauty of the characters, the outward beauty is just awful. Like, no wonder why like games like Halo had been a success. And why hasn't any Overwatch movies been made? Simple. It keeps on pandering to the LGBTQ community. And yet the toy sales such as this, which is from Halo, is much more likely to succeed as a toy product to be sold. I mean, it's just not a good time to be a gaming fan, or not a good time for video games right now. I mean, with the whole thing about like, oh, why don't we just have some LGBTQ things and that are like considered canon in the whole gaming space? Like, no, I don't want that kind of crap to be in video games. We need to put a stop to that. Like, it's bad enough that we have it in comic books, games, books, TV shows. animation, movies, everywhere. We need to put a stop to that kind of shit and put a stop to it now. We need to course correct this kind of thing so that way it would not happen anymore. I am done seeing gaming coming and crashing and burning. I was fine with the whole gangster representation, the whole street thug representation in video games back when I was growing up. Back when I was growing up, we had street thug games like 50 Cent Bulletproof G Unit, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. We've had Bad Boys Miami Takedown. We've had True Crime Streets of LA, True Crime Streets of New York. We had Crime Life, 25 to Life. And we've also had Scarface, The World's Yours. We've had The Warriors. We've had a semi martial arts based gang type of game, Urban Reign. We've had Bully. We've had Manhunt 1 and 2. We've had Grand Theft Auto, Sleeping Dogs, Mafia, The Godfather. We've had the Yakuza. We've had we've also had Saints Row. These were gangbanger games that had given street thugs and criminal organizations representation. And I was fine with that. But when it began to be LGBTQ, it just wound up shitting on all of what made gaming great. We need to put a stop to that. No more heterophobic garbage anymore.